All right, so now is the adjusting of your ladder height. You want to make sure you have about a 30-degree angle coming out from the vehicle, so that way it's not too steep and not too far out. You want to make sure you don't drill any holes lower than the factory holes that are already in the ladder. If you need to go further than that, you need a ladder extension. But how I go about lining up where I need the ladder, I get it to the angle I need, make sure that my floor is nice and flat. Then after that, I make sure you hold on to the ladder, take your pen and kind of just push on it pretty good, spin it a few times, pull the ladder down, and from that you'll see that it creates a spot on the ladder, which you'll see right there. If you get it to focus on it, see right there. And then I'm going to take a punch and hit that right where I need to drill. And I use a 5/16 inch bit. I'm going to punch it in the center. And go ahead and drill that out. Once I have it drilled out, I like to use a step bit, so I can just put a nice bevel on the top of that, clean it up, and then when you slide it, it should automatically just drop right in. And now I'm going to do the opposite side, do the exact same thing. I always do one at a time, so that way I can make sure it drops into the first before I do the second one. So that one didn't quite line that. You're going to take off just a hair off the outer edge. There we go. And now I have that nice angle. Everything's locked. And that is how you adjust the ladder on the slide ladder. Okay, next is the inside of the tent. So you can see that it has the new 3-inch thick pad, which is a 1/2 inch thicker than our older pad. You will find that there's 2 black straps laying across the mattress. These are to help assist with getting up and down the ladder, so you actually have something to hold on to. You'll see on the sides there are 2 pockets for stuff on both sides of the tent. There's also a center flap where the joint is, where the fold in the tent is, so you gotta cover that up so air doesn't come in. And then you can see I opened up the Stargazer option. I rolled back just the fabric on the Stargazer. You could also roll back the mesh also if you wanted to. Every layer of every window and door can be rolled up individually. Like I just did the fabric on this one, the mesh is still down. That one, obviously the window is still closed up. You also have the ridge vents from the inside, so you see those up there for extra ventilation. These rings here around the window, you'll see there's another one at the top there, and then another on the side. That is where the bungees will stretch from this side to this side right before you close the tent to help it pull in the sides, so you don't have as much fabric hanging out. Not necessary. Some people like to use them, some people don't. It's totally up to you on that one. So that is the inside of the tent. This is the Shasta, so it is 56 inches wide, and all of our tents are 96 inches head to toe, 4 foot folded in half. So that is the inside of the tent. Oh, you also do have 1-inch bars, aluminum bars inside, for extra rigidity and life, for helping with the life of the tent. Nice beefy 1-inch tubing, along with everything else that we have on here is all 1-inch tubing. The U-bar, spreader bar, interior bars, all 1-inch. All right, now for the closing of the tent. I always like to start with my spring rods. Get those taken out. I always like to retoggle all my windows, doors, to help the extra fabric that hangs out when you fold it up. While I'm on the back side doing the spring rods on the back, I went ahead and rolled up the flap on the bottom. And then next step is to remove the spreader bar from the overhang, which is just unlocking it. And then I usually push it off to the side, and then it just pops right out. And then the next step was to remove the U-bar. So what I do is I pull it out, I'll just set it up in the hole above the bracket, both sides. And then what I do is I lift up the mattress to make sure the U-bar goes under the mattress on both sides. And then just allow it to just push it straight in, never force it. It should always slide easily. And then I flip both those brackets forward. If it's nice out and the tent's nice and dry, I'll leave the bottom of the door open and kind of just tuck things in there. You can do it with it all hanging down. But once you have all the spring rods out and U-bar in, if you have your sleeping bags and stuff, you can fold them up in half, leave them on this side of the floor, so that way when you fold it up they don't slide down and bunch up in the corner. But you can leave a couple sleeping bags in there. And then at this point, what you're doing is just basically grabbing the bottom of the ladder, lifting it straight up, allowing it to drop down. I always try to assist with it going down so that it doesn't bellow the fabric out as much. At that point, you just want to walk around. I typically lift each layer individually and do a quick tuck. show you on this side so you can see what I'm doing. I just lift each layer. Doesn't need to be perfect. Like that.
Can I open it?
And then what you're doing is using the buckles here on the side. Use the tent, not the strap, to pull it down. And then just snug that up. Do that exact same thing on both sides. And then after that, you just have the ladder. You just pull the pins out, quarter turn them, slide the ladder all the way to the top. I like to store my spreader bar under the floor along with all my spring rods. You either set them down here if there's enough room, or I just slide them straight in like that, so that when you flip the cover down, everything's here. I can just grab it, pull it out, then open my tent. And then at that, you just take the cover, fling it over. I'm going to show you what I do on the corners. So the first corner usually pulls over really easy. The second corner I usually flip the fabric up so it has a nice place to grab. Pull out and down all in one motion. And then I usually leave it still rolled up on both corners. It's going to assist with getting the zipper around that corner without it binding up. And then basically on the far back corner, can't see anything. On the far back corner, you'll find that the zipper starts in this corner, so you want to Velcro it. Tuck any extra fabric up out of the way. You don't want that fabric down where the zipper's at. Just grab the zipper. Make sure you seat it all the way. And then it's just a matter of walking around the tent, making sure fabric's out of the way. Once I get around the corner, this corner, I go ahead and flip this back down. Go ahead and get the fabrics up. If you do have a lot of fabric hanging down, it goes raining and you just want to get this enclosed, I'll typically run my finger behind the zipper to make sure I don't snag any of the fabric. And then same thing on this corner, flip it down once you go around that corner. while I'm back on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my straps over. And then on this side, where the zipper ends, you can see that there's a toggle on the zipper with a piece of string or a piece of rope here. I usually will take that and give it a couple wraps around the Velcro. That way it's not flapping in the wind. And then make sure you Velcro the front side. And then you just reach up, grab your strap, put the Velcro through. You don't need to pull these ridiculously tight. It's basically, they're just there to help with the bellowing of the cover of the tent. So now that you got those pulled over, again, it just pulls through. Then you just pull those down, stick the Velcro. You get 2 of them on the Shasta. Go back around this side. Something to watch for when you're doing the cover straps. You just want to make sure that this isn't pulled up like that. That way the weather and stuff doesn't get up onto your zipper. Make sure those are down. And that is everything with the tent. It's all closed up. Now you're ready to roll. Once you've done it 3 or 4 times, you'll really have it down, and you easily do set up and tear down, you know, at 5-6 minutes easily. And thank you for watching. This was the CBT Mount Shasta set up and tear down. All right, we're gonna do the opening of the tent as it is mounted on your vehicle. So the first thing I do is 2 cover straps. And then I do the Velcro in the corner where the zipper starts. Take your zipper, walk it around. I roll up the back corner again as I go around the corner. Drop the 2 straps down. Get to the very end of the zipper. Make sure you completely unhook the zipper part. I pull the corner up on that corner, and I'm going to pull the corner up and undo the buckle at the same time, so I'm not having to walk back and forth. Take the cover, flip it forward. I'm going to go ahead and remove it just because it's on our showroom. Once you're at that point, I grab my spreader bar, my spring rods, pull my lever out. I got the lock there. I didn't have them locked into place. Once you get to that point, just swing it open. Go ahead and do that. Now that I got that pulled out, go ahead and do the U-bar. Then your spreader bar. need a piece of rubber for under my ladder. That way it doesn't slide out on me. If you're ever setting up on concrete or asphalt, use your rubber mat that's supplied under the ladder to make sure it doesn't slide out. Snap the spreader bar in place. Spread it out, give it a little tension. Just the 4 are on the other side. Bring you over to this side. So you can see what I'm doing over here. Around the back side, roll down the fabric on the corners, undo my toggle. And there you go. Everything is completely set up without the annex. You can see rain flies out, windows are popped out. Rain fly is nice and over the, you want to make sure it's not rolled up, nice and down. Ready to go sleep. Again, this is the Shasta Pioneer Series extended fly, which gives you the extra distance here over the ladder.